Good morning, Brevard. I'm Cherie Goldsmith, and I am here with my husband, Scott Goldsmith, and we are the sponsors of parkbench.com/Brevard. And we are with Nancy Barton today. Hey, Nancy, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
Good. Nancy and her partner, Raylene Galloway, are the new owners of a new tanning salon here in Brevard called SunKissed Tanning.
That's right.
Yeah. So before we begin, before we talk about the tanning, let's talk a little bit about you.
Okay.
And first of all, how did you end up in Brevard?
I just moved out here about 13 years ago.
Okay.
Just like on a whim,
Okay.
spur of the moment type thing, and been here ever since. And every time I go back home, which I grew up in Fayetteville, Fort Bragg
Okay.
area, the city freaks me out, and I like to come back home to the mountains.
So,
Yeah.
I would say you love the mountains.
I do. I really do.
Yeah. Most of us that live in the mountains do.
Mm-hmm.
So, well, tell me, what made you and Raylene decide to open up a tanning salon in Brevard?
Well, she's always wanted to own a tanning salon.
Okay.
And I've always wanted to own my own business, but just never quite figured out what that was going to be.
Okay.
And we already work together at another location, and we work really well together. We're really good friends, and we just started talking one day, and the rest was history.
Well, good.
Yeah.
Well, you got a great location.
Yes, we are so blessed.
So
Yeah.
tell us where, I know where we are, but tell them where we are.
We are at 200 Rosman Highway, in the little strip across from Subway, and we're in between Salon Allure and Elite Nails.
Good. Oh, that's a good
Yeah.
place to be.
Yeah.
Between a nail salon and a hair salon.
You can just go right down the road. for
That's
your
right.
day.
Start with your hair, get your nails done, and then finish up with a tan. That sounds
Yeah.
good. So the location it's pretty good because you can take care of the Brevard people, but also the Rosman people
Yes.
as well.
Yes.
So
Yeah,
that's
we're
good.
really thankful about that.
Yeah. So what kind of hours do you guys have?
We are currently open Monday through Friday from
Okay.
11:30 in the morning until 7:30 at night. On Saturdays, we're open from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. And we can take appointments for Sunday, but we need to get those appointments in advance.
Hey, that's good to know.
Yeah, and you can actually make appointments all week long, not just for Sunday, but
Okay.
all week long. We do have a lot of customers that do that.
Well, good, good. So your hours sound good. What about pricing? Tell us a little bit about, first of all, do you have any specials this month? Let's talk about those
Okay,
first.
we do. For May currently, it is 5 visits in the low pressure bed
Okay.
for $25, and you get a tan free. So that's 6 total visits.
Okay.
And then 10 visits get 2 free, and that's $45.
That's a good deal.
Yeah, and that's in the low pressure beds.
Okay, so now you mentioned low pressure beds, so those of us who tan, we know what that means.
Yeah.
Things have changed a lot in the last 40 years.
Yeah.
But tell us a little bit about the types of beds that you have.
We have a total of 3 beds. We are small, and that's perfectly fine. We like it that way.
Okay.
So we have 2 low pressure beds, one that has a facial bulb and one that does not, but it still tans you just the same.
Okay.
And then we have a mid pressure bed. It is shorter as far as the length of time that you go in, because
Okay.
the low pressures are 20 minutes and the mid pressure is 15.
Okay.
And it is higher pressure, so we try to get our customers to go in really slowly
Okay.
and just build and work their way up.
So you wouldn't want to come in with white skin and go into the bed for the
No.
full time.
No, not at all.
New bulbs, new beds, you're going to get dark.
Yes,
Right.
yes.
Or burnt if you're not careful.
If you're not careful, yeah. And we do provide goggles.
Okay.
And it's very important that customers wear that because your eyes are just so precious. You don't want anything to happen to those eyes.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, so those are the specials. Tell me about the prices when you're not running a special.
We have a monthly unlimited in the low pressure beds,
Okay.
usually for $45 a month, and then the unlimited in the mid pressure bed, which also gives you access to the low pressure. We call it any bed.
Okay.
It's usually $85 a month.
Okay.
But we've been running specials like crazy, so I don't think I've ever used those prices, to be honest, yet. So, and then 5 visits for $25 in the low pressure and $45 for the 10 visits in the low pressure. In the mid pressure, it's 5 visits for $45 and 10 visits for $75.
Okay. So people have options.
Yes.
They can come and tan all they want to if they get the monthly.
Right, because you can tan every single day. We have a lot of customers that do that.
Okay.
Or if you don't think you're going to come as often and you don't want to waste the unlimited, you can
Right.
use your visits because those don't expire. It's just when you use them.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
So how long have you guys been here?
Since November 1st.
Okay, so you opened during the hard time?
We did.
Yeah.
We did. And we were unsure about that, but we didn't want to lose this location. It's such a great spot. And we just trucked right on through it.
Well, good. For those of you who are local, they are in the old Bryson carpet spot. So that a lot of people will know where that is.
Yeah.
So that's where they're located. Great location. Sounds like you got good prices. And of course, with the new beds and the new bulbs, you should get a good tan. So
and we've got great customers. We've been so blessed and so thankful, and we've struck a lot of good friendships here. So
that's good.
It's been good. Yeah,
that's what being in business is all about. Those friendships and the relationships that you build.
Yeah.
So when someone comes to tan, one of the things that I think people don't think about is what they need to put on their body.
We do have tanning lotions.
Okay.
It's very important that you keep your skin moisturized because, first of all, dry skin is very itchy. It's uncomfortable, and when your skin is moisturized, the better you will tan and the longer your tan will last.
Okay.
So some people don't like to use tanning lotion, so they just keep their skin moisturized on a regular basis with any lotion that they please, and that's fine. We do have lots of lotions to choose from. We have lots of samples, so if they don't want to buy a bottle but they just want to try something, we've got lots of sample lotions. There are bronzers, so for those that tan and they open up the bottle, it's brown.
Right.
And so that's an instant kind of color. There are tinglers, which some people like, and which it stimulates blood flow. So it can get a little bit hot feeling, kind of tingly. And then some of our favorites are the white bronzers. They do the exact same thing as the brown ones, but they're white. So sometimes when you're rubbing your lotion on, especially with the brown, and you see that you missed a spot and you're streaking, or your hands are orange because you didn't wipe it off completely, the white bronzers really come into play at that point because they're white, so you don't really see that streaking. So we have bottles, full-size bottles. We even have a couple samples of just regular hemp moisturizing lotion. For those that have tattoos, we have little, they look like chapsticks really, but they're wider, and it's for tattoos to put on your tattoo before you tan. That way that helps to keep the color. So they don't fade.
That's good to know.
Yeah, because you pay big money for that.
You pay big money for those tattoos. You don't want them to start fading.
So it's very helpful.
That's good. Well, we really appreciate you taking the time to sit down with us today. And we just want to invite everybody out there that is interested in tanning to come by and give Nancy and Raylene a hello and stop in and try out one of their beds.
Because you can actually, to try out the low pressure bed, it's $1.
Wow.
And it's $2 in the mid pressure. Just to try it out.
Just to come try it out. Okay. So your first time is not quite free, but almost. Well, that's great. Well, we appreciate it. Thanks so much, Nancy.
Thank you.